So let us talk about the space requirement of the merge sort procedure. In general, when we talk about the space complexity, we are actually finding out the extra memory cells required to do our operation. In the case of iterative call, we simply see that how many variables we have declared in our logic that will consume the memory, and that will give us the space requirement or the space complexity. In the case of recursive procedure, we we need to find out that what is the stack, because we implement these recursive call with the help of stack operations, with the help of stack, and then we see what is the size of the stack required to implement the logic, and the stack size will tell us the memory requirement. The So what will be the size of the stack? This is required to find out what is the memory requirement. Now to find out the size of the stack, we can represent our problem with the help of the tree, and the number of labels in the tree will tell us what is the stack size. So if you see that we started with the problem size n, and with each call of the merge sort, when you do the division, you are dividing it into half, n by 2, n by 2. This will divide into further half, n by 4, n by 4. That means at every time we are dividing it into half. So when you are doing in this way, actually it will go up to log n labels. So this tree will have log n labels, and we already know that the number of labels in the tree will define the stack size. So you can say the stack size is actually defined by the labels of the tree. So labels of the tree we have is log n in our case. So that means the size of the stack is also log n. And our memory requirement for the recursive call is defined by the stack size. So that means we need log n memory for this job, for performing this division task. But this is not all. This is not complete merge sort algorithm. We need to divide it and then we have to merge it. And already we have seen that we are actually declaring a auxiliary array to store the elements temporarily, and then we are combining these arrays to get our sorted array. And for this we need to take big O of n, means memory space. So what is the total memory? We need this amount of memory log n because of this procedure, and also we have to take big O of n because of merge procedure. So the total requirement is big O of n. So big O of n is the space complexity of the merge sort procedure. Now keep in mind, in the quick sort the space complexity is big O of 1, but here it is big O of n, because in the quick sort we don't require any extra space. We are only required space for declaring some variables that we used in our logic, and to declare some variables, that is a big O of 1 space requirement. But here we need an extra space to make a temporary arrays to implement our logic, and the space requirement for this temporary arrays of size n. So this is called outplace. Outplace algorithms are the algorithms which require extra space to perform its job. So you can say merge sort is outplace, whereas quick sort is in place algorithm. So to conclude, the effective memory requirement for the merge sort procedure is big O of n. Now let's talk about the time complexity. Okay, so have a look about the time complexity. This is the recursive procedure of merge sort. We need to pass these parameters, already we discussed. We need to check that the first index is less than the last index. We find the mid value, and based on the mid value we divide into two parts, and then we call the merge procedure. So let us see that how the things are working. So in the divide and conquer we are doing three tasks. We are dividing the problem, then we are solving it, individual problems, and then we are merging it. Now to divide a problem, division is actually very simple procedure. We simply find the mid value. Mid value will be the base for division. So to find the mid value, it's a constant effort. So this is big O of 1. And then with the help of this with this finding this value, we are able to divide our problem into two sub problems. So we are again applying the recursive approach here. So we start with n, and then we are able to divide our n size problem into n by 2, n by 2, and then we need to merge these two sub problems to finally get a sorted answer, and the cost of a merge is big O of n. So you can represent this entire scenario as, you can write big O of 1 and this big O of n as a big O of n, and this is 2t n by 2. So this is a very standard recurrence relation that we have already used, and we have seen this many times. Tn equals to theta n plus 2tn by 2. This is nothing but theta n log n. So this is how we can find the running time of this merge sort procedure. And then we can see here, there is no worst scenario as it works same for ascending and descending order. It will also tell us that this is non-adaptive. Non-adaptive methods are the methods which is not getting affected by the input format. Like the selection sort is also non-adaptive. Whatever input you provide, it is not going to get affected. For example, in the case of insertion sort, when you provide the input in descending order, it will give you the worst performance. When you in the bubble sort also, when you provide the sorted sequence, it will also give you the worst performance. Okay, so some algorithms are adaptive, some algorithms are non-adaptive. So this is also non-adaptive. It will not getting affected by the nature of input. You can provide the sorted order or non-sorted order, the running time will always be the same. So this is n log n. But the quick sort is adaptive in nature, that we have already discussed. Let us also try to find out the running cost by different method. Let us try to find out by a recursive tree method. We have a problem size tn. This is our problem, and then we apply the we did some effort, and we are able to divide it into tn by 2. Tn by 2. So what here again we will do, apply some effort. We divide into tn by 4. Tn by 4. We did some work here, right? And actually for division, the work is actually a constant. Okay, we keep on doing like this. Now we are not only dividing it, we are not getting the solution here itself. When you keep on dividing and when you able to make it to size 1, then our problem is not solved. So we simply does not simply add this cost, this cost, this cost, and this cost, and we get the final costing effort, because still our answer is not achieved. We are not able to sort it. Once you get individual element, then you have to apply the merge procedure. Now you have to combine all individual elements together to get your sorted list. So initially when you get individual elements, you will apply the merge procedure to get the sorted array, and you reach to the next index. As we discussed that we keep on combining these smaller arrays and moving upward. So you have to apply this you have to apply the merge procedure here, which is costing is c and m, theta of n. The effort of or the cost of merge process is theta of n. So here you apply theta of n. Again when you reach to the next label, again you will apply the merge procedure, which will cost theta of n. Theta of n means every label you will applying the merge procedure to get it combined in the sorted, and you are putting theta of n cost. Now what is the total cost? So you need to find out how many labels are there, and we already know that when we are dividing into exactly half, then this is log n labels. So that means the total cost is theta n into log n, which is nothing but theta of n log n. So you can find the cost by using a recursive tree, or you can represent in the form of recurrence relation, and then you can apply the master theorem. In both the cases you will get that it is theta of n log n. So this is all about the complexity. So just to summarize, that running time of merge sort is theta of n log n, and the space requirement for this procedure is uh, big O of n, you can say. So this is all. We will use these results in our later lecture when we discuss more about the sorting methods, and we will then compare the performance of merge sort with other algorithms. So that's all for this lecture. Thank you and take care. See you in the next lecture.